All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dasher True Inferno. Back at it with another Throwback Tunes on another Thursday, and I am reviewing Diamond Princess by Trina. Yes, so we got another Trina album that I am reviewing. So check this out. So this joint came out August 27, 2002, a very good year if I do say so myself. The album was recorded from 2001 up to 2002 under Atlantic and Slip and Slide Records, obviously. The producers involved were Kanye West, interesting, Just Blaze, also interesting, Signature, Charles for Fat Pocket, P-H-A-T as in fat, that's not fat, Fat Pocket Productions, rather, Cool and Dre, Jim Johnson, J-O-N-S-I-N, Johnson, I guess that's how you pronounce it, Missy Elliott, also interesting, Solomon Socks Hepburn, who was the executive producer, and Ted Touche Lucas, who was also the executive producer. So there you go with that. Now let's take a look at the charts for this album. So it was 14th on the Billboard 200 charts, and it was number 5 on the top R&B/hip hop albums charts. And this album sold 501,000 copies, and that's it. So yeah, there you go with that. It did not get any type of certifications at all. So there you go with that. Let's see, there's some background info real quick. Okay, I did see something about, yeah, here we go. So after promotion for her debut album ended in mid-2000, Trina began recording music with Missy Elliott to create her second studio album. Recording sessions lasted from 2000 to 2002. Trina was able to choose her own production, name of the songs, and write wherever she wanted to write. She told thecrusade.net, and I quote here, "It's more what Trina's about, how Trina looks, how Trina feels, the things that Trina consists of." Very interesting there. And Trina also started her own record label, which is known as Diva Enterprises, apparently now DP Enterprises. And by September 2002, had signed an artist, Little Brianna, who was 10 years old and working on her first album, which is very interesting. Now, Little Brianna isn't the Diamond Princess album. We'll get more on that later. And now she's known as Brianna Perry, by the way. So, and interesting note, I don't know if this is the case now, but she left and signed with Atlantic Records, which was Trina's now former label. So that's very interesting right there. Now, let's look at the tracks. So there's 17 tracks. 3 of them are skits. So I can only give you guys a top 3, not a top 5. All right, so here we go. The first track is called Intro Some More. How you pronounce the joint? S-O-M-M-O-R-E. Next up, and that's a skit, obviously. Next up is Hustling with a G, like spelled correctly. Then we got one of the 3 singles, which is called Told Y'all, right? Possibly A-L-L, featuring Rick Ross. Next up is Rewind That Back, featuring Missy Elliott, followed by The Letter B, The Letter R, Right, B-R Right, featuring Ludacris, which is another single off this album. After that is The Letter U, You and Me, followed by Bust This Skit, and yes, that's another skit. Track number 8 is called Nasty Bitch, featuring Money Mark, what's that? Digla, yeah, we're gonna go with that. Money Mark Digla, okay. Track number 9 is called No Panties, featuring Treat, which is another single off this album. Then we got I Wanna Holla, like, you know, Wanna, W-A-N-N-A, then Holla. Nobody spell Holla with E-R. I just want to put that out there. And that track featuring Deuce Poppy. Track number 11 is called How We Do, featuring Fabulous, followed by Candy, K-A-N-D-I, featuring Little Brianna. There you go. Track number 13 is called Ladies First, featuring Eve, followed by Get This Money. Track number 15 is 100%. Next up is Do You Want Me, featuring Babgate. Oh, we're going to talk about this guy. Wow, I can't believe what I heard when I heard this track. And then the last track is Outro, and then the Simone person, who is actually a comedian, by the way. So, there you go with that. And oh, actually, there's some more charts. So by the end of the year 2002, it was 96 on the US Billboard Top R&B/hip hop albums charts. All right, so there's not a lot of info on the first single off this album, which is Told Y'all, featuring Rick Ross. All we know is that it came out in 2001, produced by Cool and Dre, and it was 64th on the Hot R&B/hip hop songs chart. And also, it was the only song from the All About the Benjamin soundtrack to do so. So this was on that soundtrack, which is very interesting, if I do say so myself. Any more info regarding that single. No, that's it. That's the only thing he did. And like I said, there's a music video for that single as well. All right, let's move on to the second single off this album, which is called No Panties featuring Tweet. And apparently Missy Elliott was obviously involved in this since we're dealing with Tweet here. So this joint came out August 21st, 2007. So I think like 6 days before the album dropped. And yes, there's a music video for this. And it was 88th on the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs charts and 45th on the UK Singles chart. So that's pretty interesting if I do say so myself. And that's pretty much it in terms of info on this album. Now, the third and final single of this album is called Be Right Back, or Be Alright, excuse me, my bad. And this joint came out December 8, 2002, and this features Ludacris. And, here's some interesting note. The song features R&B group Black singing background, and they appear in the music video. So yes, there's a music video for this as well, which was shot at the Diplomat Resort in Hollywood, Florida. Now, let's look at the chart. It was 83rd on the US Billboard Hot 100, 24th on the Hot Rap Tracks, 50th on the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Singles and Tracks, and 16th on the US Rhythm Top 40. However you pronounce that joint. Oh, and this joint was produced by Kanye West. I don't want to throw that out there as well. All right, let me give you guys my favorite tracks from worst to first. Candy is the worst track off this album. Again, I know there was like a 10-year-old girl involved with this, so it kind of sucks for me to say, but I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the worst song off this album. The tempo's cool, melody's just bland, the bass is straight, same with the kick, the snare is cool, overall the track is straight. It's not bad, it's just straight. Let's move on. Ladies first, tempo is straight, still be faster though, the melody is bland, it's just too comical for me. The bass is cool, the kick is cool, snare is cool, overall the track is straight. Next up is Get This Money. The tempo is cool, melody is straight, there's no bass though, so that hurts. The kick is cool, same with the snare, and overall the track is still cool. Told y'all. Tempo is cool for this type of beat, the melody is cool, bass is cool, the kick is straight, same with the snare, overall the track is cool nevertheless. Next up is Rewind That Back. The tempo is cool, same with the melody, the bass is bland, same with the kick, but the snare is still cool nevertheless. Overall the track is cool. Let's move on. How we do? The tempo is cool, the melody is bland, the 808s and the kicks are cool, the snare is cool, and the track is cool. Next up is I Wanna Holler. The beat pattern is unique. It's straight though, as it's hard to keep up with as the snares pop up at weird spots. I will admit that. The tempo is cool, same with the melody, there's no bass, the kick is cool, same with the snare, and the track is cool. Next up is Nasty Bitch. The tempo is cool, same with the beat pattern, the melody is just straight, same with the bass and the snare, the kick is cool though, overall the track is cool. Next up is No Panties. Tempo is cool, the melody is bland, it sounds a bit goofy if you ask me. The bass is straight, the kick is cool, same with the snare, overall the track is cool. Next up is 100%. The tempo is cool, but could be a bit faster, despite the type of song. The melody is really cool, the bass is cool, same with the kick, the snare is straight though, overall the track is cool. Next up is Hustlin'. Almost sound like an NWA Eazy-E track right there if you ask me. The tempo is really cool, melody is cool, bass is cool, same with the kick and the snare, overall the track is cool. Alright, now I'm about to give you guys my 3 best tracks off this album. The third best track off this album is You and Me. The tempo is cool, same with the melody and the bass and the kick and the snare, overall the track is cool. Alright, second best track off this album, Do You Want Me? Okay, here we go. So the tempo is cool, the melody is really cool, there's a little bass so it's straight. The kick is cool, same with the snare, the track is cool. Now, Bapgate sounds, this is another guy who sounds like Jay-Z, but this dude sounds like all throughout the 90s, early 2000s Jay-Z. That's what this dude sounds like. So if you remember a number of weeks back, I reviewed the Jim Jones album, which was the Hustlers POME album. And there was a guy on that album by the name of N.O.E. That dude sounds just like Jay-Z. And I was like, wait a minute. And then I heard Bapgate voice. I'm like, is this the same guy? And I had to look it up. It turns out, no, there's actually 2 other guys besides N.O.E. and Bapgate that sounds like Jay-Z. It's crazy. So that's just mind-boggling if you ask me. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, I would highly recommend listen to Do You Want Me so you can hear Bapgate. I crap you not. Alright, now the number 1 track off this album is Be Alright. So the tempo is really cool, the beat pattern is really cool, The melody is cool, the bass is cool, but needs a bit more of it. The kick is straight, and the snare is cool. Overall, the track is cool. All right, let me give you guys my these professional ratings rather. All Music gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Hip Hop DX gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Rap Reviews gave it I think that's a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10 stars. Billboard gave it a favorable review. Rolling Stones gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, and Rhapsody gave it a favorable review. Y'all remember Rhapsody? So what do I think about this album? Okay, well, it's better than The Baddest Bitch. I'll give you that. But I'm gonna have to give this a 3.25 out of 5. And there's only a few songs I would say you should listen to. Be Alright, Do You Want Me? Not just because the Jay-Z sounded like it's on there, but the track is actually pretty cool. You and Me, and if you're like that old school NWA Eazy-E fan or whatever, then you're like Hustling. And also I'll say 100% is pretty cool as well. But otherwise, if you don't feel like messing with this album, I will not blame you one bit. But yeah, there you go with that. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.